Welcome to Question Time. On the show this week, a conservative who went to a comprehensive school, proving the party is for all, representing Labour, either Lisa Nandy or Wes Streeting, representing the Liberal Democrats, a man who you have never heard of and will never see again, representing the Scottish National Party, an angry Scottish man who has possibly just come from the pub, and finally, a comedian who wants to be taken seriously. And the first question is what to do about the NHS.
The Conservative Party intends to do is to do things differently. Despite being in power for over a decade and having ample opportunity to do things differently, it is now we have decided to do things differently.
Why have you not done this before?
Well, there have been other things to do, like COVID or the war in Ukraine.
14 years of Tory failure and the Liz Truss budget is responsible for this underspending. A Labour government will fix the issues by shoveling billions of pounds of extra money into the NHS.
What will this money pay for?
Fixing the NHS. Where will the money come from?
Well, obviously, taxing billionaires.
Issues in the Scottish NHS could be sorted overnight with independence.
How will it be sorted?
By being independent. We ran an independent poll of SNP members and over half of them agree independence is the way forward.
Only half?
Over half.
But how will independence fix the NHS?
Because Westminster holds us back so just by being independent it will be fixed.
My aunt works for the NHS.
Can I just say,
I'm sorry, but we have to move on to our next question, which is, how do we solve the problem in Israel?
We would like to see hostages freed, but it is a very delicate long-term issue.
Not for 14 years of Tory cuts and Tory failures, the world would be a safer place. Even though it has been proposed and rejected for 76 years, we would like to see a two-state solution as the only answer.
About releasing hostages.
We are not willing to alienate our Muslim vote by criticizing Hamas. A two-state solution with Israel handing over weapons.
I know what it is like to be a nation shackled to another nation. I think an independent Scotland would have the standing on the world stage to solve any international crisis, so Scottish independence is needed to resolve this.
I just say,
I'm sorry, but we have to move on to our next question, which is Rishi Sunak too wealthy?
that is not the issue. The issue is he wants to change things. Even though he has had plenty of opportunity in the past to change things, he now wants to change things.
He is too rich to speak to ordinary working people.
Aren't many Labour MPs also fairly rich?
They would have been richer, like ordinary people would have been richer, if not for the Liz Truss budget and 14 years of Tory failure. Rishi Sunak is too rich, and if we get into power at the next election, we will tax Rishi Sunak and use the money to pay for 1 million new social houses and 20,000 extra policemen, along with reversing all the cuts from 14 years of Tory failure.
If Rishi Sunak lived in an independent Scotland, we would also tax him, so the only way to see him taxed is to vote for an independent Scotland.
I wish I was that rich. I wouldn't have to do this.
I wish I was that rich too.
can I just say,
I'm sorry, but I want to squeeze in one more question before our time is up. And it is the jokey question. What song best sums up UK politics?
Well, I don't really follow popular music, to be honest. But I will say, Taylor Swift, as my focus group, have told me he is popular.
Taylor Swift is a she?
Well, I'm a big fan.
Is there a song called 14 Years of Tory Failure? As that is what we have.
It must be freedom by one, as the Scottish people deserve freedom from an independence vote.
What do you think? Comedian?
Where are my writers when I need them?
maybe Trouble by Coldplay, or Fix You by Coldplay.
Sorry, who are you?
the Lib Dem spokesman on defense, home affairs, and the environment.
Sorry, I forgot you were here. And it is time we were no longer here. Next week, we'll be in another provincial town most viewers will have to look up on a map. Good night.